Oh, greetings, grasshoppers. Welcome to the Bot Signal. My name is RJ Redden, and if you don't know me, entrepreneurs hire me to skyrocket their marketing message because most feel like they're shot into a black hole or they're a carbon copy of everybody else and they can't get any traction online or real engagement. So, I create epic engagement experiences that get people to click that button, connect with you, and convert like crazy. Bottom line is, I am on a mission to get 1 million people to join me in the engagement marketing revolution. Today, we'll start with you. So, here's what we got going on today. Texting. Oh boy. Texting all the rage, right? Ever since Facebook said that, bots don't have the ability to message people directly in their inbox anymore, everybody was like, oh, texting is the answer. Texting is the answer. And it totally is. Done well, it's the answer. However, there's some people out there doing it very, very badly. Very badly. And so today I want to come on and talk about what are some things you absolutely need to avoid when you are using texting. When you're using text marketing at all, by the way, it doesn't have to be a message to get people back into your bot for a bot run or something like that. It doesn't have to be chatbot related. If you're using text marketing at all, these are 3 things that we can all avoid and will help that open rate, because a lot of people quote that texts are 98% opened within the first 3 minutes. Absolutely they are. But that also includes the people that open, read your text, and type stop so that they'll never hear from you again. So, my friends, let's get into it right now. I think the highest value of a text is that we're sending these things to connect with people. What we're doing is we're looking at what we have, we're sending something of real value to them. The first thing that you need to avoid when you're using text for your marketing is over texting. Hello. Do not be that person that can't shut up. Don't. People know how to shut you up. People know by now, most people, that if you type stop, then you shouldn't ever hear from that number again. In fact, if you ever type stop and the person, you don't immediately get a message back saying, okay, you've been unsubscribed, you'll never hear from us again, you can contact the SCC and report these people, honestly. And I have. There's, believe it or not, there is also spam text marketing, which is a topic for another show. Hackers trying to get personal information. Sometimes they do that through text as well. So that's obviously information for another show. But the first thing you got to know is avoid over texting. Really a good sweet spot for texting, unless you're in the middle of a challenge or you're in the middle of something where you do need to text every day and they've opted in for that. And you've said, by the way, for the next week, I'm going to text you every day at about this time. Cool. You're all right with that. But normally you go for between 4 and 5 texts a month. This is to retain that optimal open rate. That is, you've got to pay attention to what your target market is doing on a day-to-day basis. You've got to think about how busy they are. You've got to think about the fact that, hey, we are all mobile now. Even people who were, stuck on going to the office and filling out the papers and all of those things, even that crowd is getting mobile now and getting more online, getting more texts, getting more everything online. So here's what I'm saying. 4 to 5 texts a month. If you have something where you need to temporarily text them at a higher rate, warn those people. Tell them they can opt out at any time. Do that stuff. People will trust you if you'll gain their trust if you say, this is about the rate. You don't want to give somebody permission to text you, and then all of a sudden every other day, they're they're crowding up your text with messages that you don't care about. You just can't. You can't do that. You can do that, but a lot of people are going to unsubscribe, and that's not a great thing. I mean, it doesn't really affect, some sort of stat overall or whatever. I mean, it'll affect your personal ones, but it won't get you black labeled, if people type stop on your stuff. It's not going to have permanent, recognition in this permanent black mark on your record with texting. It's not going to do anything like that. But you just don't want it. You don't want to create a whole bunch of people type and stop. That's not what you're in this for. So that leads me to my second point. Texts are hard to write, by the way, particularly when you're texting somebody for the first time. Or when you're getting permission for that kind of thing, you absolutely want to be short and sweet. Hey, short is beautiful. Many of you have never seen me stand up, but trust me, short is beautiful. Anyway, texts are hard to write because you have to be concise. You got to be short and sweet on that thing. You do not, just like in a bot, you do not want a wall of text. If you have a wall of text, you will be alienating people. Plus, sometimes they'll have to be sent with, 2 or 3 texts. No. You've got to have a hook in there. You've got to have some value. And this goes back to, hey, if you're going to start a text marketing campaign, good for you, getting on that bandwagon, doing the stuff that people like. But you've got to back up and know your audience well enough to know what that person wants to hear. I didn't say what your whole audience wants to hear. I said that person. Segment your lists, my friends. Make sure that you know what the people on your list that you're going to text value. If you've got somebody that really values tennis shoes and somebody that really values blue jeans and some that value both, only text the people that value both and value blue jeans when you've got blue jeans on sale. Okay? This is that's a random, I just pulled that out of the air, people, but you know what I'm saying. Do not, and it goes in with the first rule. If you are only focusing on 4 or 5 texts a month, and if you are segmenting your lists into specific things that people are interested in, which you can totally do, then you'll be able to keep to lower texts that have greater value. So that's huge, right? And think about it. Think about it for yourself. Think about think about how many times you've looked at your phone and went, ugh, why are they spamming me with this crap? And think about the times that you've gotten to your phone and went, oh, these people are having a sale. Now, I hate to put everything in sale terms, but that's kind of what people understand a lot and kind of more readily grasp. So I'm going to do that today. It's not always a sale. Sometimes it's, hey, you've just been through a class of mine or a challenge of mine, or you've been to a master class that I've taught, and I want to know your opinion about it. The value in there is, how you word that text is, can I have your opinion on something? People so want to share their opinions, people. Let me just say this. They so want to talk about themselves. It's awesome. You can absolutely present value that way too, but you want to present value for people. You want to know your crowd. Listen, more than ever, if you want to get engagement on your marketing, you've got to know your crowd. You've got to know who they are. This subset is interested in this. This subset is interested in this. These people are crazy. I don't know what to do with them. I mean, we've all got those people on our list. Because most of you have me on your list, so that's got to be my category. Anyway, value. I don't care what you have to do to figure this out. You figure out what your people value. That's a lot of the benefit too of being able to text people and to, with the chat bots and everything else like that. I'm able to ask questions. I'm able to keep track of people. I'm able to know exactly what they do value. Use that information and write a valuable text, short and sweet. Listen, if you read it and you have to take a breath in the middle of the sentence, shorten that baby up. Rule of thumb number 362 from RJ. We'll start making a ninja rule book. That's what we'll do. Anyway, so third one, and this ties in with the other two, personalization. Please, for the love of whatever you consider holy, put their name in there. Do this for me. Personalize it a little bit. Gosh, it is vitally important these days that we respect people, that we call them by their name, that we show, that we're good people. Internet marketing has been for so many years. Tell people how fabulous you are, how fabulous your services are. Tell. One-way conversation. It's the equivalent of somebody standing on a street corner in a busy city with a bullhorn. Scream loud enough and some people will come back to you. We're going for something completely different here. There's a different mindset to this. There's a different value to this. And what we're doing now is that personalization, even that little bit of adding somebody's first name, and do the first name. Don't do the full name. Trust me. Adding somebody's first name is a big deal. Also, if you can, here's a bonus tip. Here's kind of a bonus tip for you today. There's a difference between sending somebody a text message, just text, and sending somebody an picture with it. Picture's worth 1,000 words. It's called MMS. SMS is just the text. MMS is text plus a picture, plus a photo of some kind. Listen, I send these. These are more personal. They're more eye-catching. And because people are, I don't have my phone here. When people are picking up their phone to look at a text, it's unexpected to see a picture there. It's unexpected. It's sort of cool. You can also, I believe, send video. It depends on your texting platform. That's all up to you, of course. But when people pick up that phone, they're expecting a text and they get a little photo first. I love good design. That's where I started in life, was design. I love good design. So when I start to catch that, it's like, whoa, this is cool stuff. You automatically are providing more information about yourself and your brand and everything. So MMS, special tip for the day, because that stuff is magical when you can get that right. Text messaging, no joke, takes a lot of work to implement and get right. If you, and really don't practice on your audience, practice on that, subset of people that you send things to and say, hey, how does this look? Because your audience is very precious. Don't practice on them when you are first starting to text. Send them to somebody who'll be objective with you. Send them to 3 to 5 people, and just ask for a response back. Hey, what value do you think you're going to get if you press the link in that text? How valuable was it for you? I'll tell you what, I'm getting a text a day from something called Pin Curl Girls. This is something that somebody I met in LinkedIn and actually only lives like about an hour from me. If you hear the honking, sorry about that. Somebody's got their alarm on. Anyway, she lives about an hour from me and she sends these texts every single day. And it's pretty amazing. They're at random times of the day. It's called Pin Curl Girls. If you want to look that up, get involved in that. Have them send you a text a day. It's really awesome stuff. It's like I look forward to getting that text a day. Now, following the rules, right? When you're signing up, she lets you know it's going to be a text a day. Gonna be a text a day, okay? It's gonna come at random times, all of that kind of stuff. She's absolutely clear about what she's trying to do there. I absolutely love that service. I'm considering doing something like that, for ninjas, for grasshoppers out there. So anyway, I got off on a track. MMS for the win, people. Do not. I'm going through the 3 rules again for you. Keep it simple. Keep it 4 to 5 a month. Don't over talk to people. Do not over engage. They will shut off. Do not create a valueless message. You're wearing out your welcome, babies. Have something of clear value, and this goes back to knowing your audience, knowing exactly what they're looking for, knowing what they want. If you don't know what your audience wants, then you've got to get into, asking them to fill out, a survey for you. You've got to get into calling them on the phone and asking them questions. You've got to get more feedback from your target market if you don't know them well enough. If you know them well enough, then you know how to provide that value. And if you know how to provide that value, you're in. And then thirdly, do not send some do not send some bland stuff out there that anybody could write. Send something that is personalized. If it's to a certain group of people, you've got it built in right there, and at least add their first name. So there's so much going on out there, my friends, with text marketing. There's so many things that, I went with the don't list today, but there's a whole lot of do's out there as well, which absolutely I will get to in another show down the road here. But I wanted to cover the don'ts, because sometimes when people are like, wow, text messaging, when people are stepping into a new marketing mode, they just get so eager. I know I do. Don't make the mistakes that I have just laid out. Don't make those mistakes, because what you'll get is a whole lot of people writing stop. And then you really don't have that chance to engage with them again. You really don't, because if they've said stop and they get unsubscribed, then you have to go through you have to go through a little bit to get them on your list again. And for most people, they'll just stay off. So that's what I've got for you today. I am so happy to be here. Thank you for following me. I want to tell you about a little event that I have got going on here in the near future. It is on September 16th. We are going to do something very powerful and beautiful, and it is the Skyrocket Your Engagement full day event, September 16th. It's a Wednesday. Block it out, people. This is what we're gonna have. Skyrocket Your Engagement. It's a full day event. We've got a sign up page coming. That's gonna be a lot of fun, and we're gonna rock it all day long. We're gonna talk about what do you need to do to get engagement. Chatbots are my favorite tool, but engagement is the problem that I solve. If you are putting a ton of content there out online, and you might get a like or two somewhere in there from people that, already know you, great, but it's not a good way to run a business. A good way to run a business is to get people more and more every day into your circle, engage with them, find out who they are and what they want, and see if you can help them. And if you can't, refer them to somebody else. That's another conversation for another day. Ryan, hello, good morning. Always have an event. Yes. Teresa, yes, this session will be deeper than the masterclass was, because the masterclass was an hour. And the full day event is a full day. So, yes, there will be more examples, more stories, more things to deep dive into, and more things to try. So that's going to be a lot of fun, my friends. Again, you're all invited. I can't wait to do it. I can't wait to have y'all there. Sign up stuff's coming any day now, so you'll be able to register for that. I'm also offering a super secret surprise. Not for the people that sign up and don't attend, but for the people that sign up and put their butt in a seat, virtually, obviously. I've got a super secret surprise going on. I can't tell you what it is, but you got to show up to find out. So that's it for the day. Thanks for watching me as always. If you want to hang out with an RJ and talk a little bit about this engagement stuff and see what kind of tools might be able to help you, pretty simple stuff. It's just meetrj.com. I know, right? Meetrj.com. Not meat like meat, but meat like MEET. All right. I live in Nebraska. I have to mention that. Anyway, thanks for coming by today. You know I love you. You know I'm hoping that you can get that engagement on as soon as you can. And with that, my friends, I'll see you in a bot.